Hi all, my name is Gulshan Banu, working as an assistant professor, AI and DS department, SNS institutions. So today I am here to present you a topic called as testing from the unit software testing and maintenance. So basically, yes. So in the previous video, we saw what are different kinds of software architectures, what are the problem statements, and what is the architectural process, etc. In this video, we will be seeing what is testing. Okay. Now, testing is like, why do we need testing? Software testing or any process of testing is done for any kind of process like software crash, to identify different kinds of software crashes and bugs. If you need any kind of a security process, or if you have any kind of issues over there, that is why we will be using testing. So now, why do we need software testing? Software testing is actually a process in which it involves two main processes called as verification and validation. So what is this verification and validation? Verification is nothing but either you will be checking the product that we have created is either correct or not, or the documentation or the analysis of a process is done in the proper way or not. Validation is nothing but we will be evaluating either the process is that we have built is the right product. So verification is nothing but it is like checking the process during the production state itself. Validation is a process in which you will be processing the statement, and you will be seeing either the process is correct or not. This is the difference between verification and validation. So when you have to have the software testing process, you have to ensure that these are the important points of how the software testing has to be done. So first you should have the improvement of a quality. Next you have to detect the bugs. Next you have to reduce the cost. Next security, and the other thing is the customer satisfaction. Then the other thing is you have to build the trust. The process goes like this, like you need to know what is the expectations of the customer and what they actually define. Next you have to define the specification, like the customer specification. You have to define the process. Finally you have to do the product. So verification is a process in which it comes under the three processes such as specification, process and product. Validation is a process in which you will be evaluating either you have overcome the expectations and the needs of the customer for the product that you have created. Okay. Now in this testing, there are two types of testing. One is manual testing and the other one is the automation testing. Manual testing is something which you need the human access. Automated testing is like you will need some tools or something like that. In this unit we will be seeing what is manual testing and what are all the process in manual testing. So manual testing is of three types. That is white box testing, black box testing and then gray box testing. So black box testing is nothing but when you don't have any kind of internal code language, it is called as a black box testing. Like you don't know what is the actual process going on. So that is called as a black box testing. White box testing is like you know the full code or knowledge of a process. It is called as the white box testing. Gray box testing is nothing but you have the knowledge of a code, but you are quite uncertain of what is the process going on. So based on the requirements of a process, software testing life cycle is based on different kinds of process. That is requirement phase, analysis, testing phase, test case development phase, environmental setup, test executions and test cycle explosion. Requirement analysis is nothing but the actual requirement of what the developer actually needs. Test is nothing but after doing the product you have to test the process. That is the test planning of a product. Test case design is after planning of all the negatives and positive thing, you will be designing the process. After that you will be executing. After you have to see either it is a defect, you have to give the report of the product. So now based on the levels of the testing, it is of the testing levels is of four types. That is unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing, which you will be seeing in the next upcoming videos. So yes, so this is all about how the testing is all about. So this is nothing but in this video we saw what is software testing, testing methodologies, what is design thinking and how the testing process will be evolved with it, and what is the final outcome of the product. These are certain references for this testing process. So here is a small question for you people. So based on this image, you have to represent the psychological and scope of which primary level of black box testing it is. Like you have given 3 options like unit testing, integration testing, system testing and acceptance testings. The answer will be option C, that is system testing. Why? Because in this you are analyzing the psychology and the scope of a black box process, and that is nothing but a system testing. So in the next video I will be meeting you out with some other concept which is associated with this testing process. As of now, thank you. Have a good day.